It was nearly midnight when Daniel Reyes, a travel blogger in his late 20s, checked into the Ashwood Inn, a quiet, forgotten hotel just outside a small mountain town in Oregon. He had planned this detour for a spooky travel series about haunted places, but Ashwood Inn wasn't supposed to be one of them. The receptionist, a pale older woman with tired eyes, barely looked up as he entered.
"Room 6B, she said, sliding the key across the counter. "Top floor, don't go wandering." Her voice was flat, no smile. Daniel raised an eyebrow, then shrugged. "Got it. No wandering. Spooky." She didn't laugh.
Room 6B was normal. Too normal. Old floral wallpaper,
A dusty lamp, a queen-size bed that squeaked when he sat on it. But the silence, unnatural. Not even the hum of electricity, no traffic outside, no wind, nothing. As he set up his camera equipment to vlog the room, his microphone started picking up strange interference, mic distortion.
He's watching.
He froze. Probably just old wiring, he muttered, adjusting the mic. But a chill crept down his spine. Then, the phone rang. Not his cell phone, the landline on the nightstand, a beige rotary phone with a sticky cord. Daniel picked it up. "Hello?" No answer. Just breathing. Wet. He slammed it down.
Daniel woke to the sound of knocking. It wasn't at the door. It was coming from inside the closet. He sat up in bed, heart racing. He reached for his phone. The battery was dead. The bedside lamp flickered and died too. Only the moonlight through the thin curtains gave him a faint view of the room. He crept toward the closet, barefoot on the cold wooden floor. "It's probably nothing," he whispered. "Just mice. Or old pipes." A closet door creaked open on its own. Inside, nothing but an old coat rack and a mirror leaning against the back wall. But the reflection didn't match reality. In the mirror, Daniel was still in bed, but something else stood over him. A figure, tall, thin, no face, just deep shadows where its eyes should have been. Daniel spun around. The bed was empty. He grabbed his camera and turned it on. Static, then a voice. Not his. "Don't look at him." Suddenly, the mirror cracked just a hairline at first, but it grew fast, spider-webbing across the glass like ice. From the cracks, black liquid began to seep out, dripping onto the floor. Daniel stumbled back. He ran for the door, locked. The handle wouldn't budge. It was freezing cold, like touching dry ice. Then, behind him, a whisper. Just one word. "Stay." Daniel smashed the lamp and used a shard of metal to pry the door open. The hallway was pitch black except for a dim light from the reception desk downstairs. He ran, barefoot and bleeding from his hands, for help. But the lobby was empty. No staff, no guests, only a dusty old guest book on the front desk. He flipped it open. There on the latest page was a list of names, all crossed out, except one. Daniel Reyes, room 6B, checked in. Below that, Daniel Reyes, room 6B, checked out. Never. Weeks later, Daniel's camera footage was found in the woods by a hiker. The police never found his body. But in the last frame of the video, just before the static, there was a single shot. Daniel's reflection, still sitting in bed. Behind him, the watcher, getting closer, smiling. But Daniel, he was staring straight into the lens, whispering the last thing he ever said.
Don't check into room 6B. It was the fall of 2022 when my wife Harper and I decided to take a much-needed night out. We had a toddler, Luna, just 2 years old at the time, and no family nearby to help. So, like many modern parents, we turned to an online babysitting app called Sitter City. After browsing dozens of profiles, one woman stood out. Evelyn. Her reviews were glowing. Responsible, experienced, highly recommended by multiple families with toddlers. She seemed perfect. When Evelyn arrived, she looked exactly like her profile. Late 20s, soft-spoken, and instantly connected with Luna. She even told us she had experience with energetic kids. Said it with a smile that made us feel at ease. We were only going to a dinner party with friends. Nothing extravagant. Just a few hours to relax. That night felt peaceful. I remember the lightness in my chest, like I could finally breathe. We had dinner with some old college friends, shared a few stories, talked about future plans, just normal adult stuff. It was comforting. Midway through, we texted Evelyn to check in. Happy, all good, Luna's asleep, everything's perfect. She even sent a picture of Luna tucked in peacefully under her blanket. We smiled, relieved. Everything seemed fine, but on the drive back, something started to gnaw at me. A strange, tight feeling in my chest. I tried brushing it off as post-parent guilt. Maybe I just missed Luna. But the closer we got to the house, the worse it got. Something felt off. We arrived around 11:30 p.m. The lights were dim. The house was too quiet. No cartoons playing. No baby monitor buzzing. No footsteps upstairs. Just silence. But on the drive back, something started to gnaw at me. A strange, tight feeling in my chest. I tried brushing it off as post-parent guilt. Maybe I just missed Luna. But the closer we got to the house, the worse it got. Something felt off. We arrived around 11:30 p.m. The lights were dim. The house was too quiet. No cartoons playing. No baby monitor buzzing. No footsteps upstairs. Just silence. I told Harper to wait by the door while I checked things out. I found Evelyn sitting on the couch, scrolling casually through her phone. Luna was in her crib, sound asleep. On the surface, everything looked fine. Evelyn stood when she saw me. "Hey, everything went great. Happy," she said, smiling. But something in her eyes didn't match her tone. There was a tension, a kind of nervous energy she was trying to hide. I brushed it off. But then I did what I always do when we come home late. I walked through the house to make sure all the windows and doors were locked. That's when I saw it. The guest bedroom window, slightly ajar. At first, I figured maybe I'd left it open. But something felt wrong. So I pulled out my phone, opened our home security app and checked the footage. Our cameras were basic, just enough to give us peace of mind. I skimmed through the clips until I saw Evelyn walking through the living room right after we left. At first, she looked like she was tidying up. But then, she went into our bedroom. The camera angle was partly blocked, but I could make out her searching through our drawers. My heart pounded. She wasn't cleaning. She was searching. Then I saw her slip something into her bag. It looked like one of my watches, an expensive one I had left out on the dresser. I felt cold. But it got worse.
I switched to the kitchen camera. There, Evelyn stood by the back door. She looked around, then unlocked it. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just a babysitting gig. She was planning something. I didn't know if she was working alone or if someone was outside waiting. But the thought of her unlocking the back door while my daughter was asleep upstairs, I felt sick. I called the police. My hands were shaking as I explained everything to the dispatcher. We sat in silence, watching the footage over and over, waiting for the flashing lights to show up outside.
The police arrived fast. They searched the house. Evelyn didn't resist, but when they questioned her, she denied everything. Even when confronted with the footage, she claimed she had just been looking for something to make herself comfortable. But that didn't explain the bag under her jacket, or the unlocked door, or the stolen items. They arrested her. Later that night, I remembered the guest bedroom window, the one left slightly open. Evelyn had unlocked the back door, but the window, was someone else supposed to come in? Did we interrupt something much darker than just petty theft? The police couldn't give us any answers, and we never heard from Evelyn again. I still don't know what she was really planning, but I do know one thing. We came dangerously close to something we were never meant to see, and for the first time in a long time, we didn't feel safe in our own home.